Okay, we're just gonna dip in for a second to talk about. Let's just talk about the Will Smith actually.
Yeah. Unless anyone else has something to talk about, we'll just do that. But yeah, just a real quick.
Yeah, just a real quick one, and then we can do little quick ones all the time. Actually, if we just do them real quick. Just dip in and talk about this Jada Pinkett and mostly Chris Rock's. We're gonna talk about his special.
I couldn't even watch
special.
it.
I
think V and I watched probably 5 minutes of it until we were just utterly disgusted and had to turn it off.
Okay, well, I can summarize. Because I mean, this right here is summarizing some of the stuff he talked about when he called Jada Pinkett. He called Will Smith. What he called him is Suge Smith. He said, "Y'all know what happened to me getting smacked by Suge Smith." But then for his wife, he said, "Ain't nobody make it that." It's just like, wow. I mean, really, the only way his show would have been good if somebody had jumped up and talked and punched him. He talked about rappers a lot, but he was just garbage. He was.
I really wanted somebody to hit him. I would have ran out of the stage and smacked him if I had been there. And I was so disgusted with all of the people in the crowd actually laughing and clapping. It's like, this guy is trash, and the stuff that he's saying is extremely detrimental to the Black community. And they're laughing and clapping.
He's like, no, he ran Jada Pinkett through. He was talking about Jada Pinkett was fucking her son's friend. And this is never mind that the couple has openly explained that their relationship is non-monogamous, or that Rock also openly boasts about his preference in dating younger women during the same special. But he puts it, I didn't get rich to stay in shape and talk to Anita Baker.
I don't think Anita Baker will talk to him anyway, so.
He said, I'm trying to F Doja Cat.
I don't think
she don't want nothing to do with him.
That's not necessarily true. Please, Doja would. She would.
I don't think so.
I'm going to say she would give a hard pass.
Yeah. I don't think she would give him a hard. I don't think she would. I think that she would, quote, I'm putting little air things up, date him for a while. I think he did. I think she would.
Not if she saw this special.
She wouldn't.
Doja Cat no. If you saw the special, you might not. But Doja Cat, no, she'd be like, he was talking about that bitch. Yeah, I would not give her. No, I think she would. She'd be right on it because he is rich and established and way more famous than her. So, yeah, I think she would. And also it will boost her. I think she would. So you could think she wouldn't, but I totally think she would. And I think he could look worse and say worse things.
I mean, if he got her addicted to some kind of drug and he was the person, the supplier, then maybe. But I think
A, who's to say she's not already addicted to drugs? And B, I don't think it would take that. She's addicted to money, and he's got plenty of it. So
I think even if she was addicted to drugs, she still wouldn't date him.
I think you probably wouldn't, but I don't think neither here nor there. You don't think Doja Cat would? Okay.
No.
I don't know her.
And I've watched
from a can of paint. Please don't insinuate that you know her, because I just said I don't. And I don't care how much you watched of her. What I'm saying is, I don't know her from a can of paint, but I'd be willing to bet at least 7 people's lives that she would.
Wow. Which 7?
I'd be willing to bet 500,000 people with no colors.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be willing to bet some lies with confidence that they will be saved because I am right. Yeah, but I mean that's just my opinion. And
well, I mean, he's utterly disgusting. He's trash. He's vermin. He's a waste of skin. He's just gross. Like everything about him is deplorable.
He is.
He has zero redeeming qualities as a person. he's lower than trailer trash.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but he's
because you didn't watch.
He's definitely one of those, those animals that are always in the trash can that people don't like. Those ones that they call them little bandits. They got the little
a raccoon
masked. Yeah, he loves to go raccooning. He was raccooning. He was hardcore. Man, he was on his raccoon. He was like, what y'all need me to say? So did you guys hear, or oh my God, ladies hear about the Americans? It was, I think 4 Americans were kidnapped in Mexico. And let me find these details because.
And was he going there to get like
yeah, exactly.
Medical tourism.
Well, yeah, they were allegedly, but some of the details just adds up to a little bit. It just seems kind of, I don't know. I'm just going to try to find the article exactly. Man, I hope it tells the whole story. It's like you have to get a bunch of articles to get the whole story, but
yeah, I
so
saw.
it says,
I think I saw a little.
It says the families of 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico have spoken out following the rescue of 2 survivors, detailing the harrowing ordeal that left 2 of the travelers and 1 bystander dead. Barbara Burgess, mother of survivor Latavia Tay McGee, said that her daughter was alive in a Texas hospital following the kidnapping. So she was alive in a Texas hospital following the kidnapping, telling News 4, blah, blah, blah. Her daughter experienced a living nightmare. I asked her how she was doing. Burgess told 4 o'clock news or 4 News. She said, okay, she was crying because her brother got killed and she watched him die. She watched 2 of them die. They died in front of her. So what let me just finish reading it. Members of the Mexican cartel kidnapped 4 Americans who traveled across the border from Brownsville, Texas to Matamoros, oh my God, I'm about to butcher this, but Tamaulipas. So it's Matamoros, Tamaulipas, I think. Last week, allegedly seeking a tummy tuck surgery. So she was allegedly seeking this tummy tuck. 2 of the Americans and an innocent Mexican bystander died during the incident, according to U.S. ambassador in Mexico, Sin Salazar. He's according to the ambassador of Mexico. The 4 Americans have been just identified as McGee, Saeed Woodward, Eric Williams, and Zindell Brown, all of South Carolina. The FBI has said it cannot identify the survivors, but McGee and Williams have been identified by their families as their survivors. The Tamaulipas government, Americo Villarreal, oh my God, you guys, I'm sorry, Villarreal, okay. That the
You're not
says
rolling
that the authority, I'm not. Said that the authorities found the 4 in a wooden shack guarded by a man whom they arrested. The cartel had moved the Americans to different locations, at one point taken to the medical clinic to create confusion and avoid efforts to rescue them. So at one point they were taken to a medical facility to confuse the authorities. State Department spokesman, Ned Price, I don't know why I said somebody, said at a news conference on Tuesday that the U.S. So they got the 2 survivors with the assistance of the Mexican partners. So I also read somewhere that I hate the fact that they barely give you any information. I read somewhere that they had $50,000 on them. That they had originally came from South Carolina and was going and had driven there. Now, this is what I don't get. Okay, so you have $50,000 on you allegedly. I can't see it in this article, but I read it in a different article.
What they gonna get? Like what?
No, it says a tiny. Okay, this is my question though. Exactly. Okay, so for one, that's not how much a tummy tuck costs in Mexico. You're not going to take $50,000 in cash. And why did she have 3 people with her, 3 guys with her? So this is the scenario. We got 3 guys and a girl, $50,000 going to a part of Mexico where I guess they do medical procedures, but it's not really like where they party or anything like that. And I guess somebody stops their car and drags them out of it, shoots 2 of the dudes or shoots the guys, and pretty much kidnaps them. But the thing is, I only heard about the money one time, and I haven't seen anything about it since then. Oh, I do see some.
That money's gone.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about the money. I did hear that they said something about they think it's a case of mistaken identity when it comes to the cartel. They think that they thought that they were Haitian because there's the Haitian cartel that's fighting with the Mexican cartel. Do you see what I mean? So the Haitian cartel is going in there. They're fighting in Mexico, and they're fighting allegedly and so they thought the car full of blacks in Mexico were Haitian. That's why the cartel lit them up and tried to kidnap them. You know what I'm wondering? Did the cartel know they had $50,000 on them? And were they really there to buy, They were really not there for medical. They were there hitting a lick, doing a little bit of trafficking.
Right. And then they could hide the product inside of the body, because that's usually, I guess that is a way of people muling.
That would be a law of would she still be alive? Because that's a lot. That would be way too much. $50,000.
Well, it depends on what it is. I mean, we don't know what it is that they're getting. So, we don't know.
$50,000.
Maybe she's gonna come back looking pregnant instead of, who knows?
Yeah. The thing is, I'm wondering, it doesn't say anything about the money anymore, and that's just really kind of hella interesting.
It's just hella interesting that one woman goes to Mexico with 3 dudes to get a tummy tuck with $50,000. Like, that doesn't add up.
I mean, she even voluntarily went. So who got rescued?
No, she did voluntarily go, because she's one of the survivors, stating that she watched her brother and her cousin and her cousin's friend.
That was her family. Okay.
Like, yeah, those are her family members, and I guess they were going for protection, but I don't necessarily think, with the information that I've seen so far. And it says that the victims were then taken into Mexico to seek ransom. This must be something else. Oh, he said that they scanned medical facilities in hopes of finding the kidnapping victims earlier, but to no avail. Defense Secretary was asked about kidnapping on both sides of the border, especially in the U.S., where victims are taken into Mexico to seek ransom. Okay, so that's the different scenario. They're just
speculating.
Yeah, but it's just.
Well,
I hate.
We had this thing that you wanted to share, and we had the video, and then, well, it wasn't a video. We had the video, and then you had some comments that you wanted to talk about.
There were a lot of comments. Yeah, because, and I this was just me glancing at this. I don't really know who this guy is.
Well, he says who he is. He says who he is.
Yeah, he does. But like, I know he says what his name is, but what I'm saying is I don't know who he is. Like,
well, he says his position as well. He says his position as well.
Okay, I know he says his position. What I'm saying is I don't have any background on him. I can tell from the video what his name is. I can tell with the video what his position is and kind of what his agenda is for being on there. What I don't know is what he's doing like there's a lot I don't know about this guy. This all I know about this guy is this little video right here. And so mainly what he's talking about is controversial. And it's like for me it's neither here nor there because I don't have kids. But I really like to look at at controversial things such as this. And
right. But do you think
because it's interesting, it's something to talk about. I think it's something worth talking about. And
let's just introduce it since we've already
just introduce it, and then we'll talk about because I want to talk about the comment section.
Okay, is it something that I can show on the screen?
Absolutely.
Yes, I sent them to you via email.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
The one was the actual video, and then the other one were the comments.
And they are in
email.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you asked earlier if I had sent them to you, I had told you that I did. But yeah, that thing about those people in Mexico it sounds pretty crazy, and I don't know what kind of conclusions to draw from it because they are not really given enough information. And
I don't know.
It's weird that most of the the other people came from like either South or North Carolina and went to Mexico, and it's like people in North and South Carolina like to take people to Mexico and kill them, huh?
I don't know.
Because
but I will say I will say this. Yeah, they drove from Lake City, South Carolina, and they drove all the way to Mexico.
Right, and wasn't that lady who went there with her friends? They were from North Carolina, and her friends, the ones who were her friends, killed her. Oh,
I'm not sure, but I know they flew to Mexico. They flew out there, and immediately commenced to killing her. And now it's in the it's kind of in the I think in America's hands in a way because we have to like really petition or make Mexico do. I don't know. I don't
see why Mexico would have to do anything at all because of the fact that the people are American. They are in America, even though they did the deed in Mexico.
That's why. The reason being is because A, they did the deed. Listen, A, they did the deed in Mexico. B, there's a lot of things that they did wrong. Like the thing is, they should have never even let those people leave Mexico with a dead body there. So no, there are some things that Mexico did wrong in this situation, and so and those people, and they are responsible because it happened on their land. Like she got beat to death.
Were they
in
thinking
their
about
resort.
Indicting them, and then taking them back to Mexico? Like I feel like they.
Oh, I see the one that says friend zone.
Well, that one is a good one too, but that is only one of the ones that I sent to you.
Oh, I see friend zone.
And then I see screenshot comment topic and nothing.
Yes. Those are the comments. The topic one is the first one, and then the comments are the other ones.
They all say comment topic. There's three.
There's three.
And they all say comment topic.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just talk about the friend zone then.
No, one of them was the actual thing. I'm gonna check in my email real quick.
Well, I don't have very much. I have like a couple more minutes on here, so.
Okay, well, upload the friend zone thing because it's interesting and very important. But I'm also gonna check the stuff that I sent because I know that I sent them, and I know I sent them correctly. So sent. Let's see.
And now she's sitting here trying to play you. Now she's sitting here trying to play you for a
Yeah,
fool.
and I don't like trying to be. I don't like when people try to play me for a fool. I don't like that at all.
She ain't gonna be. She's not gonna be playing for no fool.
Oh, and I also think that we should do the one that I sent to you last Saturday. Oh yeah, okay. No, it says ST openly at school. It's the yesterday one, and then the other ones were the screenshots. So
Okay.
that's the thing, and other ones were just comment topics. So it's the one that was sent first, and then the other three. That was the video, and then the other ones was the thing. So she be trying to play me for a fool.
No, I'm actually trying to.
You don't know me like that, bro. I'm highly professional. Highly professional.
Figure out how to even
share it because it's on Facebook.
No, because when I go into over here to share it, it's not coming up in this little part that says share. So I'm like wondering why.
Well, and then also you didn't want to show the entirety of the video because then we can get, have issues for that, copyright issues. Ooh,
yeah,
there he is. She started. Oh yeah, that's the friend zone one.
Yeah, but show all of it. So
friend zone is some term that was invented by entitled men who were upset that in exchange for their friendship, that you gave them friendship and that you didn't give them pity pussy in return. There's no such thing as the friend zone. The friend zone is some term that was invented by entitled men who, that in exchange for their friendship, that you gave them friendship and that you didn't pussy.
Okay, so
yeah, that was the gist of it. So Tanya TKO believes that there is no such thing as been put in the friend zone. She believes that guys that are in the friend zone, they call it being in friend zone, they're really upset because instead of being a friend, like they give you your friends, their friendship, and then instead of you giving them in return instead of you giving them pity sex because of it, in return for their friendship, you're giving them friendship. And
they coined that term to victimize themselves.
I kind of agree with her.
They coined that term to victimize them. They coined that term to victimize themselves.
Exactly. Because I mean, a lot of the guys when they have expectations, their expectation is to try to get at you. When they meet you, they originally try to meet you to try to get some. So, but it's like, that's your fault that you're trying to get some. Like women, when we meet a dude, we're not meeting them to try to get some. We're meeting them to try to get a relationship, and relationships actually take time. We're trying to foster possibly a marriage. And so if the marriage start off as a friendship or like a kind of a casual relationship and then progress into marriage, it still has to get, it has, there's a process to get there. We can't just jump into marriage usually because there's steps.
I mean, that's some people. I mean, some people can, but at the end of the day, if I don't want to give you the nanny, then you just not go get it, and you can be as nice as you want to. And I can understand a guy feeling victimized by that, but it's just like, those are growing pains. You learn.
No, his expectations are his problem. His expectations are his problem. That's how I feel.
I mean,
just like my expectations are my problem.
Just because your expectations are your problem, but somebody else's expectations can become my problem, and I just make sure that they don't become my problem. And the thing is, it's like I can understand the person saying, "Oh, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna be real nice to her, and maybe she'll fall for me, and maybe I'll get some." And it's like, be optimistic. I love an optimistic person. As long as you don't like really just push up on me about it. It's like, you can have your
Right.
expectations and you can do what you want to do. And because like you said, their problems, your expectations aren't a problem for me until you try to make them a problem for me. And they're not a problem for me if you're just trying to like appease me and you're trying to please me and you're trying, like, I had this guy, I remember in I was taking these college classes, and like I was in a class with him, and he was just like, I helped him with some work, and we were just pretty much just study buddies. That's literally it. No interest in this guy whatsoever. Never would have any interest in him. Never did have any interest in him. Let me tell you, why is it about the end of that term why he didn't give me a love letter, and have me sit there and read it in front of him? I read it in front of him, folded it up, put it in my pocket, and pretend like he didn't give it to me right in front of him.
Right.
And I am not kidding. And it's like, and I'm gonna tell you why, because okay, now I know what his expectation is. Now I know what he wants. Later we have discussion. I'm like, I'm not I don't want to do that. Like, I don't love you. Like, I didn't tell him I don't love him, but it's just like, you can figure it out. I don't love you, dude. And like, when I start paying for my own stuff when we go someplace, then obviously I'm setting some boundaries. I'm letting you know, and that it worked out. I did that, and he kept his mouth shut after that. I felt a little bit guilty, but at the end of the day, he didn't make his problem or his expectations or his desires or his optimism my problem, and I'm okay with that. As for guys feeling like, creating the friend zone as a way to victimize themselves, people victimize themselves all the time, and I'm totally okay with that as long as they're not victimizing me.
Right.
For me on that, there's two notes, and I'm glad Xtina pointed out one very, very big thing. But so with dating, for me, I do date. If I'm gonna get in a relationship with someone, my intent is to date that person, to marry. And that's if I'm not going to, if I don't see any potential in marrying you, then I'm not gonna waste my time. And if I do meet someone, if I pay for anything, like if I go to coffee with you or something and I pay, then that right there tells you that I'm not interested in dating you as anything serious at all. Nothing.
Exactly. At all.
If I pull up my wallet and I pay for, even if it's $1 for coffee, I'm not interested in dating you. That's your sign right there that you're not
Exactly
marriage material.
But you know what's really kind of interesting about that is that is true. If I pay for myself, then you can naturally assume that I am absolutely not interested in you. But just because I let you pay for it don't mean I'm interested in you either. Because I could just be broke at the moment, need something or want something or just don't care.
And you don't even necessarily have to be broke. Like a lot of guys,
no,
like I normally only hang out with guys that are particularly masculine, and the masculinity comes with the desire to be a provider. And so even when I'm hanging out with guys that are only friends, they will be like, no, there's no way I'm going to be seen in public standing next to a woman and she's paying for anything. I'm not doing that. That's not, that is, to them, it's embarrassing. And so, I just want you to know that that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag.
It's not for me. That is perfect for me. I'm like, it's a red flag. Yes, sir, daddy. Go ahead and pay this bill.
I'm not gonna say yes, sir, daddy, because you're not my daddy.
I mean, not to him because he's just a friend. But I mean, if he was the one, yes.
I think for me, I think a man should show that he is a leader and a provider, and that's what he stands.
Yeah, but if he can't be in a line with a woman or be seen with a woman and she paying for her own stuff, that's a problem, because it's like you can't be around a woman. Like, let me see you and paying for somebody else's shit. Oh, that's all. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
He's with them. Like if he's with his friend and she's paying, why is he with her? Why is he standing at
if he walked in here with her, like, and they went there together, and then why is he not paying?
Right.
Like, I know with the guys somewhere, even if it's my guy friend, typically they pay. So I don't. That's just what I've always, whether it was with a boyfriend or a guy friend or the friend dad, the guy usually pays. If it's the guy, then he pays. If his father is there, the father usually pays for everything. But it's usually the guy that's like, you know, I'm the head. If it's the grandfather, then the grandfather usually pays for everything. But it's usually,
hell, if there's an older man in there that's not related, let's see if we can get him to pay.
I mean, why isn't he paying? Yeah, but it's usually it's,
I can't.
It's saying
the male that's involved.
Yeah, so I for me, that's just what I've always seen since I've been in the dating world and been around guys like that. That's just what I'm used to. So
right. And so
and guys, and I've seen the mentality of guys that don't do that. They're usually not
pretty grimy.
Homes. They're usually not providing for their homes. They don't have that mentality.
They're ill-mannered.
Yeah.
They're ill-mannered. They are ill-mannered and not well-bred.
Right.
No, about paying $6 in child support. So it's just, I just stay away from those people.
Yeah, and it's you know, the thing is, it's really not hard to stay away from those kind of people.
No, it's
really not.
No, not at all.
But I did see another thing that you sent, Ella. If you want to talk about that one last thing, I know Xtina has to go pretty soon, so we're gonna make this a short live.
Yes, I would love to discuss that. That is one of the ones that actually Xtina was most desiring to speak on, the comments on that one. So if you could play it without playing the
video.
The video, yes, it was the first one.
But the thing is, you can play. What you can do is you can play it, so you can play the audio, and then just show him.
I don't know why you keep saying you didn't see it when I literally, okay, I'm gonna forward it to you again, okay? Because I literally just I read off to you what it said. Okay, so here it is. I'm forwarding it to you again, okay? Forward. Yes.
Pleasure. We're gonna see if you really do go do it this time.
Yeah, right. I heard what I saw.
I'm just saying. I just want to see if you really
so
do it
I
this time.
just sent it again.
Okay, because this is all I saw right here.
Yeah, those are the comments, but that's not all you saw, because I just sent you.
Yeah, that's all I saw. Like, why am I lying about that?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, why you're lying about it.
Why would you?
I mean, it's so much fun today. I feel like, Wednesday morning. What's up? I mean, it's afternoon.
It's afternoon. So you can't even tell the truth about the time of day.
I'm on a roll, and I just want to keep that roll of
we're not going to be doing this on Wednesdays moving forward, really. I mean, I'm not, just because
I lie too much on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are
and this is the day you lie so much to me. I don't know what to do with Wednesdays.
Okay, so
now you're lying.
Now that I've just sent you the video, what did you receive?
A video, but this is the first time you sent me.
No, it's in there under sent. It's right before those other ones.
I swear to God, if my booty gets any bigger, I'm just gonna start auditioning for rap videos.
Booty, rocking everywhere. Okay.
I mean, seriously, because it's like I don't need no BBL, because this is boom, boom. Anyways,
it's juicy.
It's out of control. I'm watching you.
So there's a problem.
So really bringing the reinforcements. I'm about to go to Mexico and get my booty sucked out.
I don't think I can open this.
Okay, that's fine. Don't open it.
Yeah, I can't.
Because I think
Facebook.
Okay.
And Wait, let me see. Oh, no, I got it. I got it on Instagram.
Every teacher that has a pride.
Okay, so let me find you. You ladies.
Oh, you were just gonna not play the video, you're just gonna play the words because we don't want to see.
Could you hear it though?
I heard
Yeah,
it.
we
just
could.
then.
Oh, you did. Okay, okay. Hold on.
I'll tell you if I can't hear it.
Okay.
Flag in their classroom should be fired and arrested. The gay flag is.
Yeah, were you hearing it?
No.
Yes, we're
No,
hearing it. Start from the beginning.
well, it sounded really kind of distorted.
It didn't sound that
Maybe
distorted.
Okay, listen. It did sound
Turn it
distorted.
down a little.
Try turn. Exactly. What are you drinking?
A smoothie.
Is a sexual flag. It represents nothing other than sexual things. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and questioning. What business is it of anyone on this board of what children would like to do with other children? It is none of your business.
Okay, can you stop that for a second? Can you stop it?
But
Yeah,
however,
can you stop
you guys
it?
want to illegally survey your students.
Stop it. There's music playing in the background. Where did the music come from?
From the video.
There wasn't any music playing in it when I listened to it.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna quote what he said because I think I found something. I'm pretty sure that I took and then we could just discuss that because
Yeah,
what I heard, I disagreed. I disagreed with some of the stuff that I heard, but that was just really loud and very distorted. And I wanted to bring into context what he was actually talking about.
We can play this video because it's just a dude sitting here with his face and then.
Yeah, we could play the video.
Okay, try play it, please.
But
If you can't hear it, then it's not gonna matter if you see him just sitting in a chair.
Well,
Okay.
it needs to start from the beginning, and and we'll just turn it down just a little bit and see if we can get some without all the distortion.
Today.
You're doing this next time. No, Ella's gonna
No.
Yeah, you're. I don't. How do I start it over? I don't think I can start it over because there's no.
Okay, that's okay. Just continue on where you're from. That's fine.
My name is Frank Rodriguez. I'm the Executive Director of Operations for Gays Against Groomers. I'm a 31-year-old gay man pushing back against the agenda that's happening within our classrooms. Keeping parents away from this discussion is absolutely separating the relationship between a child and their parents. My community is not discriminated against anymore. Shockingly enough, we succeeded. Now you're sending out surveys that's asking students what their gender is, what their pronouns are, and whether or not you should be telling their parents. Could you imagine?
I want to punch him in the face. I really do. Why is he playing music in the background? It's like, bro.
Okay, so what he said is, because that's way more important than the music that he's playing in the background, is he's asserting that there's an agenda and that we shouldn't have the gay pride flag in classrooms. He's saying that there's nothing that because it's only based on sexuality and the flag itself. And he's saying there's nothing about it other than sex, and that shouldn't be in the classroom. And
it wasn't.
it's exactly. Listen, he's saying that.
That was the only part of his speech because I actually watched that.
I wasn't finished, but go ahead and then elaborate on it then.
They were talking.
Go ahead and tell us what it's about.
Yeah, because he was talking about the flag and then some of the curriculum that they're teaching.
He's talking specifically about he's talking specifically about a survey that he's saying that they're trying to have the kids take. And
it's behind their parents' backs. He said the parents are privy to this information as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, so one thing was the comment section, because the comment section really went off. A lot of people, I'll just say what I myself didn't like his comment about the flag only representing sex. And so I actually found a comment to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. But a comment to push back against that and to actually find out what the color, what was the flag about. Because I feel like maybe saying that I'm gay, it has mainly to do with just your sexuality. Because I mean, isn't homosexuality just two of the same sex being together or something like that? So but the thing is that has to do with it, but that's not what the flag has to do with. You see what I mean? So this person says, someone asked if you can, what is it? Can you, because someone was like,
I have the whole thing on his whole thing.
No, what you don't understand, B, this is what you don't understand. We can't hear it.
No, I put it
No,
up.
she had it just the video, not with the other guy with the
without the music.
Okay, let's listen to it then. So.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure it's loud enough before I play it, and I'm gonna play it from the very beginning.
Okay, let's go.
Every teacher that has a pride flag in their classroom should be fired and arrested. The gay flag
Perfect.
is a sexual flag. It represents nothing other than sexual things. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and questioning. What business is it of anyone on this board of what children would like to do with other children? It is none of your business. It is between them and their parents. But however, you guys want to illegally survey your students. My name is Frank Rodriguez. I'm the Executive Director of Operations for Gays Against Groomers. I'm a 31-year-old gay man pushing back against the agenda that's happening within our classrooms. Keeping parents away from this discussion is absolutely severing the relationship between a child and their parent. My community is not discriminated against anymore. Shockingly enough, we succeeded. Now you're sending out surveys that's asking students what their gender is, what their pronouns are, and whether or not you should be telling their parents. Could you imagine if my son or one of yours went to school and said, hey, I'm gay, and you never knew? All of you up here are pretty intelligent. You have doctorate degrees, you're educated, and you lead this district. But yet you turn a blind eye with the sexual things that happen in your classroom. I refuse to believe that any of you think that that's appropriate.
Can you stop it for a second? Because I want to address something.
Yes.
V.
Uh-huh.
So he asked the question, because this is kind of long and it's hard to address certain things. Yeah, exactly. That's too long to address something that was 90 seconds ago. He says, imagine that your child goes to school and tells them that he's gay, and you know nothing about that, and he's going to blame that on the school. Because if your child is gay and you don't know about it, and they feel comfortable enough to say it at school, but they don't feel comfortable enough to tell you, that might be a problem. But that's all I want to say about that. But yeah.
Yeah, for me as a parent, I don't think that it's appropriate for a school to ask my son or daughter their sexual orientation.
Right.
That's nobody's business. Like, your kid is, especially they're doing this in middle school and in elementary school. Kids are so young, they don't even know. For me, I've had that talk with my son. I have very open communication with him. And at that age, they really don't know. When you haven't even had.
What about those that say that they did know? What about people that said that at that age they did know? Because I can remember myself as a child, and I remember having crushes on like boys and stuff at a very young age. But I knew who I was attracted to. I wasn't attracted to any girls.
No, okay, so.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I wasn't attracted to any girls, and I knew at a young age that I wasn't attracted to girls.
And I get that, but in this days and age, when we have it so pushed and so open, and it's like it's almost like, and I talk to younger kids, and because my son's friends come over and they're in the car, and you can just hear kids talking, and because it's so pushed that if you are not non-binary or you're not pansexual, then you're told that you have a phobia, you're gay, you're homophobic or something. So it's almost like, yeah, if you're straight, then you're a problem, then you're homophobic.
Because you have, unless you don't have, what is it? I can't speak what words are nothing. Heteronormative, yeah.
Yeah, if you have heteronormative views, then you're homophobic. So it's almost like you're peer pressured into saying that you're bisexual. If you're not bisexual or pansexual, then you're homophobic. So it's so pushed on kids right now. And you know me, when I was raising my son, I took him to.
Yeah, he can do it. He could do what he wanted. Yeah,
he could do whatever he wanted to. Wear lipstick, nail polish. I don't care because
all that.
To me, what you wear and what you that has nothing to do with your sexuality. So, like wear whatever you want to, but to have your school, you already have to deal with your peers, and you already have to deal with social media, and you already have to deal with the ads and the billboards and stuff. But now you have your school pushing it, your school and your teachers, and they're giving you, like, where do kids go to escape from it now? It's too much pressure.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that. I understand that's definitely a point of view. I wanted to also address him saying that the flag only represents sexuality and it doesn't represent anything else. Because I honestly had to look it up to find. No, I had to look it up because I was like, that can't be right. And actually, I was looking down in the comments and someone said something. They gave the whole thing of what it's supposed to, like the founder of the flag, how it came about, what it's supposed to represent. And no, it doesn't just represent.
Like, remember the rainbow and the Care Bears and
the thing is, okay, so I was trying to address that, but we move on from that. The thing about whether it should be in the classroom or not, I don't know of any Black American flags that are in the classroom.
Oh no, if you had Black Lives Matter in the classroom or any kind of African
or any in history, exactly. And I don't understand why, like I don't understand what the need for it is. I don't really. But I still don't like him saying that it only represents sexuality. It only represents, because no, it represents more than that. It represents more than that, and it also represents a struggle. And so the thing is, you don't have to agree with something to not undermine it and to not push out lies. And that's what I wanted to address on the situation. Like, obviously, people want to raise their kids the way they want to raise their kids. They don't want the school raising their kids, some of them, and some of them do. It is what it is. But as for whether something, I don't know if it's even fair to have that flag in the school, and I don't know why you would need to have it in there. Honestly, I understand why you would have a zero tolerance for bullying or for derogatory slurs or, being rude. I can see why you would have zero tolerance for that, but I don't really see why you need to have that flag. And I don't think that you should, honestly. I don't think we should have, because that's kind of, it's just, let's stop. I mean, do we need a flag for everybody? I mean, because I'm just saying, like, we don't have a, huh?
It will be the same of having a BDSM flag. If you ask
exactly.
But to me, I think you
and they do have those flags, and that is a lifestyle. So I mean,
right.
To be decent human beings. They will not teach
you. It's a lifestyle that kids. And it's a lifestyle that children might want to engage in. So, I mean, like, for real.
And
like,
it's a lifestyle that people said that they can't choose. It's also a lifestyle that people said that they can't choose, because once they're in it, they said that they can't go back, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like-
so I mean, why don't we just put the BDSM flag in there too? Hey, I don't have any kids. We can do this.
Is that appropriate?
To be decent human beings, don't discriminate against people, treat people with kindness, and then like you don't even need to have all these flags in there. Why don't
Right.
Exactly.
If
I really
teachers-
want to know what other people think too.
My thing is, if teachers treated children with kindness and led by example, then you wouldn't have all these problems. Teachers don't respect kids. Teachers don't treat all kids with kindness. Teachers let the other kids bully
them based on their views.
Oh my God.
The teacher's own political views. So that's why that's the beginning of the problems. So like parents teach your kids to treat other people with kindness, and teachers treat all the students with kindness, lead by example. And then you don't need a whole bunch of flags, because all the walls are going to be covered with all these flags. And then you need flags to teach the students how to treat each other.
And the flags are just anti-flags, because if they put up a
They're
hero
not gonna
flag,
mean
that's
anything
just yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean anything. It's just so annoying how everything gets diluted and its meaning gets lost. Even like being woke, like actually caring about the effects that you have on other people, and that's a problem now. Like now you can't be courteous to people. You can't care about any social issues.
It's stupid to be anti-woke. So being
Let's
alert.
let's go to sleep. Let's just go to sleep
and pretend like we don't realize what's going on in the world. You want to be anti-alert and
I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be anti-virtue signaling. I can understand that, but don't make that the woke the thing for virtue signaling. Like, come on. But it's already shit. It's already shit.
Like, go back to sleep, everybody. Pretend you don't see what's going on. Like, how
Let's let it happen.
How does that even sound like a good thing to say? Like all those woke people, all those people that see what's going on. What?
Yeah.
Like,
It's ignorance.
You really want to say that?
No, they just like, guys, quit trying to be smart. Quit trying to be smart. Quit trying to know stuff. Just like dumb it down. Just keep being,
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's what but okay, let's not be woke. No, I'm gonna stay awake. I'm
gonna wake up as many people as possible.
Like I've never even used woke, but I'm pro woke now.
I didn't use it either, but I'm so mad about it being twisted, and I hate hearing people say it. I hate hearing politicians say it. It sounds so gross on there, because they're making fun of it because they don't want people to wake up, and that's the way that you stop something.
Exactly.
People from doing things is you just make fun of them, and they just like, oh, okay, don't make fun of me, please don't make fun of me.
Exactly. It's a bully tactic.
Like, oh my God,
it's a bully tactic. They're bullying.
But we need to learn to recognize these and not go for it. Like, we need to recognize what's happening and not go for it. Just like that.
Did you ladies want to read any of those comments? I can bring those comments back up. Really.
Oh yeah, bring those comments up, because those were pretty interesting. Because there's another. Okay, I'm gonna read this comment that I have right here, and it's one of the comments that you have. I just wanted to read it because to me it was very interesting. It kind of goes on that whole thing about. Well, let me see.
We were frozen for a second.
Okay. No, but this was okay. Oh, here he is. Okay, this is the one. Someone said, there is absolutely nothing sexual about a rainbow flag. When prisoners of war were finally released, the military honored them with a flag representing their status as prisoners of the war. The LGBTQ community has gone through violence after violence over centuries and centuries of biased and bigoted propaganda from religious zealots who can't keep their own junk in their pants and violate children within their quote unquote hallowed halls. Stop calling gay people groomers and propagating this bullshit. If you think that the pride flag is nothing but a sexual ideology, that is because you know nothing about the struggles that those gay men have gone through. And yes, even this game and talking about this bullshit that he's spewing don't understand the true struggles that people much older than him had to endure. That flag represents the fact that I exist, and you need to recognize my existence, and you need to respect my existence. No. Any other conservative hack a job that wants to say anything different, step to my face now, tell you, and oh man, he says, step to my face now, tell you the same damn thing all over again. And if you feel like laying hands, this gay Black boy has gone through it his entire life. So come with it. He's like, oh, my life I had to fight. Now okay, so I can understand him, but what he doesn't understand is he's a Black man. You're still not saying anything about where's the R flag, because like it's just weird.
That's a thing that irritates me about the Black LGBTQ community, because they always lead with their gayness. They're always like, oh, I'm gay and Black. Oh, I'm gay. Like, I'm not in the Black community. Okay.
It's just so but get on Grindr, and I guarantee you they'll let you know. No, but this is like if he get on Grindr, they'll let him know his place. You see what I mean? They'll let him know his place in that community.
They're gonna let him know what his place is. But
he wants to get on here.
And the whole attitude of you're gonna recognize me and you're gonna like this. And it's like, no, I'm not. I don't need to recognize that you're gay. I can recognize that you're a human being. I don't need to recognize that you're transgender. I can recognize that you're a human being. I can call you by your name.
Already said.
Right. But I don't need to recognize your sexuality, just like you don't need to recognize my sexuality. Like, I don't lead by, hi, I'm straight Valina. Like,
nor do I.
No one leads by their sexuality. And I've been to a lot of gay pride marches, the gay parades and all of that stuff. Because I do support equal human rights to live and not be I support gay marriage.
Ostracized.
You shouldn't be ostracized. You shouldn't be murdered. You shouldn't be beat or attacked on the street. No, you should live your life as you please, as long as you're not hurting other people. But don't call me cisgender or cis woman. I'm not a cis woman. I'm a woman.
Oh yeah, that's so annoying. That's only been around since the 90s. I thought it was forever. They was like, it's only been around since the 90s. I think it was 94 or something. It's get out of here.
Where it's being forced. No, I'm not a cis woman. I'm a woman.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Bleeder or bleeder or breeder. No, I'm a woman, and that's it. And it's don't subcategorize me because you decided to say that you're a woman too. You're a transgender woman, and then I'm a woman. But it's that bothers me because you're subcategorizing me. You don't need to do that. And then it's don't need
it's just rude. It's really just rude. And
then it does it's very and it does feel like they're recruiting. I don't know, but I just to recruit kids. Let kids just grow up and make decisions for themselves.
Did you see that other video that I sent you? There was this teacher that actually was recruiting, and she actually talked this girl into switching into a guy.
Yeah, but right now, yes. I don't even know if those are if that's just the left side
propaganda. Exactly.
The right trying to make propaganda, or because you just never know. But what I'm saying is if my kid turns out gay, I don't care. If he's straight, right. I don't care. I'm not super
just trying to decide what your kid is
involved and who he's sexually involved with. That's not.
Is he happy? Is he hurting anyone?
Yeah. If he brings home
Right.
a woman of color, then that's a problem. Other than that, I don't care who he marries. I really don't care. I'm really not that invested in his sexuality.
Okay, so
Gorgeous.
I was like, I'll finally get my ish together. And
But why are you wearing a white tee?
no, this ain't no white tee.
No, that's a like a cloudy
Tie-dye,
tie-dye.
like-
That's super cute.
Oh, I can't tell. Your boobs are huge.
Society is so.
No, I'm just pretty fat.
Oh,
No, you're looking voluptuous. She's
No, I
schmexy.
look like a
yeah.
Nah,
look like I
you're
need to be
looking
in somebody's-
schmexy over there.
somebody's rap video.
you.
Man, look. Oh, okay, let me do. Let me see if I can get a little bit of the mirror, so we can. Where's the mirror? Can you see? No.
Somebody's
Yes,
rap
she's-
video. I hate you for saying that. You look so cute.
No.
Like,
Hold on, let me see if I can. I know all my drawers are open. Okay, so let me, if I do it this way, and then I turn the camera. Oh, actually,
Yeah, she got that bonk-a-dunk-a-dunk.
yeah, it's just giant. It's just back there, killing it. All of the booty. Like,
She bootylicious.
yeah, it's just like BBL. like my stomach is fat.
and we all feel like that.
No,
That's what
I
me. I'm
wasn't
sitting here
thinking about
sucking it in as usual.
No.
Oh, we're on the live stream. You're sitting here.
Okay. Well, everybody got to see my food though.
You're supposed to
But
read
y'all-
these last comments. Let's read these last comments.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna read the comments. I just want you guys to see me read these comments. I mean, I can
Yeah, those are from that video.
see. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay.
They're too small. I can't see. But what?
Did you read one?
Well, there's only 3. Was there more than this?
Yeah, I sent you 3 total. One is the super long one, which I think Xtina may
Okay,
have just read.
I'll read them. I'll read them. Someone said, "I'm a lesbian and I don't believe in sexual agenda towards women. I'm so happy I don't have to hide myself. Do you know what it's like to be beaten just for having love in your heart for another person? I'm in tears. I'm flooded with memories of my early years. True struggle." Someone says, "Love you, Frank Rodriguez." That's him. "Imagine thinking gay people are no longer discriminated against." And then someone else said, someone else said, "Exactly, 100% agree with this man." Someone else says, bring God in the schools and classes on mental health. Have them talk about bullying. That's a problem. But they could, she said tech, like TECH, so she can't even spell teach. They could teach about genders. I am old school. I teach my kids that God created us as men and women, and that's it. Well, I mean,
Whenever someone
you
says
know,
they're cool, it screams red flag, CPS.
red flag. Doesn't it make you just want to have CPS on this, like?
It does.
Yeah, it does. It really does scream that. Someone's, a lot of these people are just religious zealots, whatever it's called. Someone said, "Well said. I feel exactly the same. As a gay man, I don't ever fly that flag in my honor. It, along with drag queen, have no place in schools. Actually, it has no place anywhere. For decades, we fought for equality. We now have it here in the UK." So he thinks that they completely have it in the UK. Equality is about not pointing out our differences. Now they want to constantly highlight it by flying a rainbow flag.
That has to be a person.
I don't think he's a gay, and he's not a gay man. I don't think.
Because equality is not about not pointing out your differences.
I'm going to tell you that's not even a gay man, because he says, "I'm a gay man," and then he says "they."
Right.
You know, he's not. He's not a gay man. He's a liar.
That's a person, and it's definitely a person of no color too. And I really, that really bothers me when people say equality is about not being different and not pointing out your differences. If you have to not to see somebody being the exact same as you, to not discriminate against them, then the problem is you.
That's not equality. Yeah.
That says you have a
That's
problem.
not equality. And that's not equality because they shouldn't have the opportunity to do that. Well, I don't know. Maybe they should.
Like, I don't see color thing. I just don't. I don't see color. Because if I saw your color, then that would bring out my genocidal homicide, my homicidal.
Right.
Instinct.
Yeah, it's like,
They're
okay,
like, oh,
get away from me. Because that's gonna bring out my
they're like, I hope that wasn't any color I saw. Because I don't be trying to see no color. And it's just like, bro.
right. It's like, okay, so I'm looking at myself, I definitely see color.
I see all, I don't see nothing but color. All I'm seeing is color over here. And you ain't seeing none. That's, this is, I don't know, this is kind of awkward. It's like, are you colorblind? Yeah, I'm colorblind. And it's like, but you can see, so you can't see blue, right?
Everything needs to feel exactly the same. If everybody's not the same, then how can we treat them equally? It's like, are you really right
they
now?
just don't, some people just don't want anyone who is going to elicit any envy from them or make them feel insecure or less than. And, you know, their prejudice, yeah. Some people just don't want to feel bad about themselves. And being around other people makes them feel bad about themselves because of their own insecurities and inferiority complex. And I think that happens quite often with a lot of people who are bigoted or, you know, just bigoted, nasty people. A lot of times they're just they feel they have inferiority complexes.
I mean, if they do an accurate comparison of themselves and other people, then they'll feel that there's an issue. They'll start noticing that they have a lot more flaws than they would like to believe. Well, that's why they don't want to be woke.
They might not even be that retrospective. The person just puts a bad taste in their mouth that they never figure out why. They just don't like them. And it's really because they make them feel insecure. They make them feel, or maybe they are exactly some way that the person doesn't like about themselves. They mirror something that, you know, people have reasons. But when it comes to like racism and bigotry, or like, you know, homophobia and stuff like that, you know, a lot of those people who are homophobic, they just, because they're faced with, and I know this sounds cliche, but they're faced with their own sexuality. And a lot of times people being free in their sexuality intimidates other people. It makes other people feel jealous. Or, you know, and
they really need to find a new word for it, because I'm so tired of
it's not phobic. It's not phobic. It's definitely not.
Right.
Yeah, diagnosing people's phobias. Like, because me saying, I had somebody the other day on TikTok or Instagram gonna tell me that I'm homophobic because I won't use them, they pronouns. And it's like, I don't have a phobia of gay people or non-binary or anybody else. Like, I have a phobia of rats, but that's
spiders, maybe.
Spiders don't bother me that much. Sometimes
bother me. Spiders bother me. But you guys,
but to say you have an irrational fear of an actual person is just absurd. I mean, if
also I think
people of color had an irrational fear of anything, it would be of white people, and it wouldn't even be irrational to have a fear of them.
Well, it's not. The thing is,
or police will say.
But I have to go, so I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay, love you later. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, so I guess I'm on by myself because V disappeared and Xtina's gone and there's no Onyx anywhere around. It looks like Farrell didn't pick up the phone when I sent her the link to jump on. Cynthia's not on. Virgil wouldn't get on. Well, we didn't really send it to him because I guess people have issues with him. I don't, but people do. So I don't know what's going on. I guess we could probably end the show. Since there is nobody else on.
Just have to answer the door. Oh, Tinkerbell left.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just doing a short show, so Saturday will probably be able to go longer. Well, yeah, Wednesdays are usually short shows anyway, like an hour. That was the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't want to just jump off while you were gone. I wanted us to be able
Yeah,
to
because I actually end it. So.
right and together. So
yeah. Yeah, so thanks for everybody that were able to hop on and join with us. We didn't really have an introduction, but yeah, we're just winging it today, just chatting. So
it wasn't very organized, but it was still pretty fun. No structure, just chatting.
yeah, so we'll probably be back on Saturday. And thanks again, everybody.
Love you later. Bye.
Oh.
You can do it.